Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey, guys, it's Heather Hope again. Welcome back to the Inspired Entrepreneur podcast. My name is Heather Hope, and I am a law of attraction business coach, mentor, teacher, inspirational writer, and speaker. Is that not a mouthful or what? So what I do, I teach law of attraction when it comes to business. I could teach it on everything, and I've been teaching the law of attraction since after I saw the movie The Secret. I saw it in 2007. And so I've been teaching it ever since. I used to be a psychotherapist for about 12 years and went into coaching about 6 years ago. And I got into law of attraction coaching a couple of years ago, more specifically into business because it's just who I am. So what I do is I help bridge that gap that I see continuously all the time, that people really are separating the law of attraction with their business. And I'm like, it just was driving me crazy because the law of attraction is like the law of gravity. It's just always happening. And so when I see people complain or moan or really get upset about their business not growing, or like I'm on social media for most of my marketing, Facebook primarily. I'm really good on Facebook. And if you don't follow me on Facebook, you should. I have 2 pages. The first one is the Millionaire Manifesto. We have over 10,000 followers over there. And that's where you're going to get your daily quotes. I post about like 10 or 12 of them a day. So you can follow me over there and just get all these quotes, throughout the day. And the other one is Heather Hope, Law of Attraction Business Coach. I believe that's what it's called. And that's where I write the most. I do some of the quotes, but I do most of my writing over there. So if you want to read what I write each day, and that's where I get all of these daily messages from, is primarily from that page. I didn't realize that I wrote a book in the past year and a half on that page. And when I realized that, I was like, oh, that's where my book's going to be coming from. So the Inspired Entrepreneur podcast was born from the book, The Inspired Entrepreneur. It's a daily book that you just flip to the day. Today's September 11th, and you see what little tidbit of inspiration I give to you. So let's start. And on the podcast, we just dig deep into it. That's all we're doing. Because we don't want to keep this book. This book would be 500-600 pages long if I actually would be insane. I could just have volumes of books, and I don't really care to do that. So September 11th, you came here because you wanted to do great things. That's it. It's a one-liner day. You came here because you wanted to do great things. Okay, so you are here because you really wanted to be here. Your energy wanted to be here. You wanted to play. You wanted to be a human. You wanted to go on the leading edge and create. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. That's why you chose to be, in human form, in physical form. You were non-physical energy. You were probably here before, but you went back to non-physical energy and you really wanted to come back. You wanted to play some more. You're here to play. You're here to play, be on the leading edge, and to create anything you want. So most likely you did not come here to get a job and to do all the mundane things, the day in, day out, doing the things that are not very exciting and you wish you could do more, but you don't, and all, you know what I mean? So you're here to do great things. And if you're here listening to me, you're a rock star, because that's always my intention. My intention is to attract those who want to hear this, who want, for whatever reason, they just needed to hear something. They love listening to this stuff. This actually kind of stemmed from the daily, this all came from my book, but one of the amazing things So I've taken a lot of courses in business, not business, online business, like all these online people. And I recently took a course to kind of help boost my membership program that I have. I have a membership. It's called the Soul Aligned Business Academy. It's a monthly membership, and I just felt like it needed some more structure than I was giving it because I just created it one day and it worked. And so I went into this course, which was great. It was a great course to learn more, to put things together and make it an actual very successful, path type of thing. To help people really move in the direction that they want to move in. And now lost my thought. You know how you lose a thought, you don't become you lose that vibrational resonance with whatever it was you were thinking. Like a lot of times the thought's already moved on. So it's actually okay to just let it go. Did you know that? It's just okay to let it go because you're like kind of moved past it. Like you're done with it. So you don't even need to talk about it. It's kind of annoying when you're in the middle of a story trying to tell people. So something about the courses about, oh, good Lord. I want to say embarrassing, but I mean, it happens to all of us. That's just annoying. Oh, I'm just recording a podcast and I'm just going to lose thoughts. That's lovely. Okay, so I'll get that thought back and we'll come back to that thought. I should just take a commercial break, shouldn't I? I haven't done those in a while. So you came here to be more, to do more. You came here for a reason. You wanted to play. You wanted to create. You wanted to be on the leading edge of creation. You get to choose whatever you want. And all you do is just focus on that and know that it's done, right? So you came here because you wanted to do great things. Oh, yeah. Duh. I just had to reread it, and I remember now. The podcast came from the book, right? The daily book. And I'm like, a daily podcast. And okay, so my point was, okay, the things that I've learned from other business mentors, business coaches, whatever, I've learned that this is why I don't really teach much strategy when I work with clients, because the best strategy is the one that comes from within. And when people teach strategy, it's their strategy. It's like what worked for them. And what worked for them doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for everybody else. And I see that all the time. So one of the things that this one mentor said that I learned how to, to improve my membership was, don't give too much content. Don't give too much to your clients. Don't, because it's going to overwhelm them. And he's right to a point, because it can happen. If people are way too busy and then you just keep giving them more content, it's like, it can be a lot. And I've been in groups. I've been in like memberships and groups like that, where it's like, this subject matter is not that important to me. That's kind of the other thing. If the subject matter is really important to you, you can't get enough. So I've been in memberships that the content wasn't all that important to me, but I felt pressured to consume it and be active and all that. And I'm like, I don't even care that much about this subject to be that active in your group. So I left because I felt pressured by it. But the thing is, what I learned in my business is that I used to go daily live on Facebook Live on my page daily, every day. I think I did 45 days in a row. And we're talking 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes longer talks about the law of attraction, about Abraham Hicks, reading from Ask and It's Given. And you know who showed up the very most? My clients. The ones that are in my membership program, about half my viewers, my listeners from that daily show, basically, are from the program. And so I came into this membership program like, I don't know if I don't, because not everything's absolute truth. It's only absolute truth, basically. It's truth for the person that believes it. So when somebody teaches you strategy, this is one of my biggest complaints about the business world or business coaching online or whatever, is that when people tell you something that sounds like they're just telling you the truth, which I hate that. I said it yesterday too, though, but it's their truth. It's the truth that they created for themselves and their business and their life. Does not mean anything for you unless you believe it too. So biggest thing, that's why I don't really teach much. I rarely ever teach strategy. I show my clients the things that I do. I show them everything I do, like my back end of my business, everything, the marketing that I do. I show them everything that I do. So if it's exciting to you to learn what I do, it may work for you. But honestly, it does not work for everybody, because a lot of people I've taught things to, they go out and do, and they don't get the same results because they don't have the same energy, the same passion, because it came to me. I didn't learn any of the things I do from anybody but myself. So not to go too far in the bushes here, but so the daily, like, I know that when a subject is really important to people or really interesting or really fascinating, they will consume as much as they possibly can of it. Luckily, I have one of those subject matters that people really love to consume because I'm obsessed with it personally. I'm obsessed with it. So I know there's a lot of people like me. It's a law of attraction. So my intention is that I put these out, these episodes, my posts, everything, and it reaches the people that it needs to reach. Reaches a lot of people. But so that's that. I don't know if I'm even on the subject today. But you came here because you wanted to do great things. So sit with that. You came here like you wanted to be here in physical human form. Not necessarily for a particular purpose or reason. You may know it. You may really deep down know it by the interest that you show. Now, I've done some soul searching this summer. I'm sorry, I don't like using those words. I really mean to say I've come to some realizations that just came to me. I'm not searching for anything, but I get insights from listening to Abraham, from reading books, wow. So, like, the basis of our life is freedom. It's like joy and freedom. We came here for the joy, and like our basis is freedom. And when I was really looking at this and thinking about this, I looked at my own life and I'm like, wow, because we get to choose our own parents. We get to choose where we choose all these things, whether we knew it or not, which most of us did not know this, like not consciously aware of. But Abraham, Infinite Intelligence, tells us that we choose everything before we come in. Like, we choose who our parents are. We choose where we're born. We choose all these things. And I see so many reasons why I chose the parents that I did. Even though for most of my life I resented my parents and and just was like, why would I choose these people? They were nuts. Not my father so much, but my mother. But, why would I? And then it hit me when, I really dug into this whole freedom thing. I think it stemmed from my current husband. My husband that I have now is the most freeing person that I've ever been with. And, he just is so, easygoing. Like, if I want to go take a trip, I spent 3 nights in Scottsdale, was it last month, because I wanted to work on my book. And I told him, and he's like, okay, cool. I can go on trips by myself. I've done so many trips by myself for certain reasons. And he's like, cool, have fun. That's awesome. With there's nothing I don't, my previous husband was very controlling, super controlling. It was the first relationship I ever was in that was controlling. It's like, I was thinking about it this morning, like, how the hell did that happen? I don't even know. I have a lot of insight with relationships because of that one. But, like, I had a very free childhood because of the parents I chose, because they both left. And I was raised by my grandmother, who worked all the time, went to school at night. And I was an only child. So I got to be by myself all the time. I got to be free. She was a little bit of a codependent, not codependent, like helicopter parent type, overbearing sometimes, but she cared for me. And she cared, she took really good care of me. But going back throughout my life, I'm like, I really wanted that freedom. I really wanted that freedom. There were so many instances I looked at now. I'm like, oh, no wonder. So it's helped a lot with making really good peace with my past of the things that, that went on, and really understanding why I chose the family that I did. Now, my whole father's side of my family are all entrepreneurs, every single one down the line. So, and they're very wealthy and they're very good. They're all in, they're in real estate and other businesses as well. They're all very smart. They're all men. and I see that, I see why I chose this family. I see so many things, not to share like a lot about my life, but when you really dig into the stuff, I've mentioned that this week, really dig into all the topics that you can think of with infinite intelligence, with Abraham Hicks. You really get to get a full understanding of everything. And I'm telling you, it can make your life so much easier. It can be kind of annoying as well, though. Like, I'm kind of annoyed because I feel like I know too much. So that I'm like, I just think everything that people tell me is wrong. So they, beware of that, because I'm like, I don't know if that's vibrationally accurate, but okay. You know what I mean? Like, when when you really, really, truly believe what the truth is of this universe, and then people tell you all their mindset beliefs and all this stuff, it's like, yeah, no, I don't believe that. No. Anyway, let's not go too far down here. So you came here because you wanted to do great things. Just remember that part. That's super important, because like yesterday's episode, you can have anything. What was it? You are capable of achieving everything you want. You're capable because you are an extension of source energy. That's why you're capable. That's why. That's where your self-esteem, self-worth, what's the other one? Self-confidence should come from. That's where it comes from. It does not come from anywhere else than realizing that you are an extension of source energy. Source energy, infinite intelligence. Like, you have access to infinite intelligence all day, every day. So that's it. Just remember that. Tap into that. You can do anything you want. You have the confidence. There's this whole thing with self-worth. I don't understand it personally. I know it's because I was not raised with anybody that made me feel anything. Well, I mean, the most important people in my life anyway. But so I know a lot of people were brought up that way. I know. My grandmother was Catholic. Speaking of my grandmother, she was Catholic. And I still was like, I grew up atheist personally. I did not believe in God. I was stubborn. I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn, supposedly, right? A lot less now. And even through the guilt trips of being Catholic, I still resisted. I was not caving in for stupid guilt trips. We have a really funny thing here in my house. My husband and my dog, that guilt trips do not work on me. because a guilt trip is emotional manipulation. So I'm like, I'm not into manipulation or emotional crap or guilt trips. They don't work on me because I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I just don't care. Don't you can't you can't make me feel sorry. Or, like if I leave the house and my dog gives me the saddest puppy dog eyes, you know how they are. Oh my God. That's about the only thing that could get me. But if I need to leave the house, I need to leave the house. So no one's going to keep me here. But I survived all those guilt trips as a kid because I'm like, I knew better. I knew better. It's like, whatever, that's not going to work on me. So a lot of these things I didn't grow up with because I didn't take them in. But a lot of them I did. I did not grow up with, I was an overweight child, like super, super overweight child because food was my thing. And so I was teased and bullied every single day from K through 12, every single day. Like I hated school. I was gone all the time. I was not there. I was failing all the time. I didn't excel until I went to college. That's when I excelled. But that's why I kept going on and on for college forever. I worked on 2 PhD programs because I loved school so much. And then I got burnt out and used up all my student loans and had to stop. So, but I had to work on myself. I had to work on my mindset. I had to work on my own confidence. I had to, work on my appearance, even because I grew up in such a weird time. I was born in 1975, so I grew up in the 80s and 90s, right? Weird fashion time, right? Terrible hair, terrible clothes, all nine work. So I had to work on all of that. I had to work on my appearance, so I felt better with my, with what I saw in the mirror. I wanted to look better in the mirror. So I did a lot of things. I just looked better for myself. And once you're good with yourself, then that's all you need to worry about. That's it. The most important opinion that you have is the one that you have about yourself. That's it. That's the only opinion that matters. It's just the one that you have about yourself. Okay, guys. I think I have rambled on quite enough. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.